Welcome back to the Nerdyverse. I'm Danny.
I'm Cheng.
And this is our first channel update. That's right, you. I don't know why I decided to train
What was that? Jesus
but that
Christ.
is now feedback on that, guys. Is that how we open it up every time now? Anyway, yeah, it's just a channel update on what have we been doing. What's the future going to look like? We've got a few rankings in here as well, so that'll be interesting to see how we've ranked a couple of the series that we've been watching, and then we'll also discuss about what's next. I suppose that's what we'll be doing. So yeah. Anything I missed? I don't know. I think there's missed. I think that's it, wasn't it? That's it.
I guess the first thing is just, we've just started the channel because we wanted to sort of discuss all the stuff we've been watching. Because we watch stuff anyway beforehand, and then we just end up talking about it anyway. So it's like, it'll be cool if we just recorded us actually, watching stuff and, reacting to stuff. So, I guess
100%.
Thanks to everyone who's watched our videos so far, and thank you. And we look forward to your continued support.
100%, yeah. Genuinely, we mean it. Thank you to everybody that's kind of on board with this, both from this world that we're in here, which is YouTube, and obviously we do have a TikTok as well. If anybody wants to check that out at any point, anybody that is on there as well, we basically just post clips of our favourite parts of these episodes that we've been watching. Because there have actually been some insanely good scenes, which I'm surprised about, because we're only probably a third of the way through the spring anime season, aren't we? I think.
Yeah.
And there's actually been some I'm surprised because we've some of these in our watch list that we'll show you in a moment have really been hot takes. Like a lot of these have been like, yeah, screw it, let's just go for that one. Why not? Some of them have been obvious.
Yeah, you picked up quite a lot of random series this season, haven't you?
Yeah. I mean, let's label them off now. So we're going to put them up on the screen as we talk. But so the first obvious one is Demon Slayer. For us, that was a no-brainer.
Well, originally we weren't going to do Demon Slayer.
Yeah, true. Yes.
Then it was just like, we should probably just react to this. I mean, we're watching it anyway, right? It's like kind of a no-brainer that we should be reacting to it.
Yeah, I think our debate, the only challenge reason why it took us so long to do it is because I was thinking, what do we do though? Because this is season 3 or whatever it's classed as, and I'm like, does that mean we need to go back and watch them all again? But yeah, and I think you convinced me with let's just it's still a season start, which is right. It's a brand new arc. Everybody kind of that's been watching it has been watching it by now, so it's probably just a new faces that you guys can look at and see us react to something that you guys I'm sure are watching. I'm sure you're watching Demon Slayer. Most of you will be, exactly. I'm sure. And here's some others then. So these have been some some of these are incredible so far. So Hell's Paradise was the sort of
big one that you wanted to do, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the reason why I wanted to do this one is because when I saw Mappa was on the list for doing this, I thought we can't not, because Mappa recently everything they animate.
They did Chainsaw Man, right?
Yeah. So they did Chainsaw Man, they've done Jujutsu Kaisen, and they did Attack on Titan, because they took over, didn't they, from who used to do it before?
Was it Mappa who took over time? Because I remember discussing it, but right.
Yeah, so when you list just those three alone, it's like
true.
They're monster animes already, they're just monsters. And that's why I like Hell's Paradise, and I watched the trailer of it. And I was like, we need to do this. This looks like it's going to be one of those ones like Demon Slayer would have been back in the day, like Jujutsu Kaisen, all of those. That it's going to be one of those that I think is just going to blow people away. I think. And
it definitely seems
so
like
far,
one of the big ones this season.
Yeah, so far it's been amazing, and we'll talk about it as we go through. So anyway, the other ones we've picked up is Oshinoko, which you said to do, didn't you? Actually, after you watched the first episode.
Yeah, you mentioned this one was big, but you said it wasn't your sort of thing. So I was just like, I kept seeing it mentioned everywhere, and then I didn't really care originally because I didn't know what it was or anything. But then I saw someone mention that the author for Kaguya-sama Love is War wrote it, and that's one of my favorite animes and mangas. So I was just like, oh shit, I need to check this out. So I watched the first one, and yeah, I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was a standalone film, like Your Name, or something along that line. And then it just finished, and I was just like, wait, what the fuck is that? How is that a film? How's it gonna end? And I was like, wait, it's actually an anime series? So I was just like, oh shit, we need to watch this. So yeah, sort of thought like I think with all the plot twists we saw in the first episode, I was like, right, I think Danny might be actually interested in this if we can stick out the whole episode. So I'm definitely
Yeah,
glad we picked that one up.
yeah, 100%. I'm glad you convinced me to do it because I thought actually I was like, yeah, I don't know, like an hour and 20 minutes is a lot to invest on
Yeah, for sure.
on something, and I was like, ooh, okay, right, let's give it a go. So, and actually, it's been really good. And again, we'll deep dive into some of these in a moment. But then there was this one which I had to convince you on because I was like,
Yeah.
Mashal. We need to do Mashal because I watched the first episode and it was literally, if I remember right, I watched the first episode on the day it came out, which is the Friday, and then it was a Saturday morning, and I went, Shane, we just have to do this one because this is just hilarious.
I'm glad you did because it surprised me, and I'm surprisingly really enjoying it. It's fucking hilarious.
And if none of you have checked this out yet and you're a bit late to this game, trust me, if you're a Harry Potter fan, you have to watch this because I definitely think it's got lots of real solid parodies, shall I say, on that in terms of how they have their spin on it. I just think it's hilarious as well. So any fans, like anybody that's into like Harry Potter or anybody that's into One Punch Man or Black Clover, I know that's the most random mix that you're ever going to hear in your life, but genuinely put those three together, you've got Mash.
I'd say just like any comedy anime fans, I'd say it's worth checking out because the humor's pretty spot on.
It's brilliant. So yeah, I can't wait to keep going with that one. And then these four here, I decided, screw it, I'm just going to do some solo stuff. And I originally only wanted to do the one, and then I'll explain the others as I go through. But like the first one I actually went to was actually Dead Man Death Play because this hit a soft spot for me because I was watching it and I was thinking, why is every reference feel so close to Final Fantasy? I don't understand. I was everything they were referencing.
Okay, that makes sense why you like it.
Like everything was hitting, like the art styles on some of the things, the way they were talking, the fact that they were talking about mana stones and stuff like that. I'm thinking, hold it a second. And he even mentioned some of the magic they use in Final Fantasy, and I know you could say, oh yeah, but magic's used in everything most of the time. Yeah, but specifically the words they use in Final Fantasy is very unique to them. And I'm like, so I checked it out, loved it, and then I went, is this made by the same people? So I Googled it. Yeah, Square Enix made it. So I totally understand.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I totally understand why I'm hooked into this. So yeah, that's one, and then Kamukatsu.
I mean, well, yeah, like regarding like all these extra series, like I would have watched them, but like I'm super picky with my series, so I was just like, right, you just watch them yourself and do a solo.
Yeah,
I can't be asked to pick up any more series unless they're like absolutely amazing god tier. Then let me know. But
100%. Kamikatsu. I swear this has been designed.
What's this one about?
This one's really confusing to explain. So the full title is Kamikatsu, working for a god in a godless world. The longest title.
Right. Yeah,
ever.
I think I've heard people talking about it.
And now, can I just say something? This is not a spoiler I'm about to tell you. It's just creepy as shit, right?
Creepy.
The first step, yeah.
It sounds more like a comedy sort of thing.
It is. But like, so for example, for the first episode, you get about what? Let me think. You're probably 5 minutes in, I'd say, and it basically the guy gets kind of like transported into another world. I'm not going to explain how it happens because it will ruin a little bit. So he's in another world, different to what he was in the beginning.
Classic isekai, classic isekai.
Yeah. So he gets there, arrives there, and a lady is there. She's got a manual in front of her, and she goes, how do I wake this one up? Oh, I'm supposed to grab this lever and tug on it. And I'm like, what? And
what's the lever?
You know exactly where it's going. You see her doing the motion with it doesn't show too much that could get you banned, but like it shows you enough that you get the idea of what's happening.
Sounds like just classic anime to me. Why are you so surprised?
And I love how after that happens, she literally goes, the book worked. I was like, wow. It does wake men up. I'm like, oh my God. Jesus Christ.
Christ.
So I had to carry this one on because
Okay,
yeah, it's got a good plot.
That's
So-
good plot, is it?
It does.
Sure.
The one thing it does really well, though, it really takes the mick out of CGI a lot, which is hilarious because they deliberately put really bad CGI in certain bits.
Was that the
which is just
thumbnail I saw the other day,
hilarious.
which had a really
Yes.
weird looking thing?
Yes,
Which looked really...
yes.
What the hell was that?
That is a monster in.
It looked like a giant, like, demented sheep or something.
I'm loving it. Like, I wasn't going to do it until I saw people going, oh, people need to react to this. So I was like, do you know what? Screw it. I'm getting on it. Let's give it a go. Now, the one that's been amazing, this next one, Heavenly Delusion, is an absolute incredible anime so far. I have been hooked every episode. It's the only downside for people out there is you have to have Disney Plus. Well, from a UK point of view, I don't know if it's the same in the US or Australia or all, other countries, but
Okay.
from a UK point of view, you have to watch it on Disney Plus. It's not on Crunchyroll. It's
Right.
only on that. So that's why people probably haven't heard of this one. But this one is like, I don't know what to call this one yet, because this one's like, it's so hard to explain this one. It's just got you curious every time. It's really hard to explain.
What's
like,
the general premise then? Like, what's
the general premise is it should be that, like, you've got, what I've found out so far is that the people are being potentially experimented on, but people
Right.
don't know about it, and you're also in a post-apocalyptic world. But it's not post-apocalyptic in the way that you remember, in terms of most of the time when it's post-apocalyptic, no one has any, like, technology or anything, but they've still kind of got bits and bobs. So it's,
Okay.
yeah, it's set about these two main characters, but there's so many other characters that are introduced and where you're like, wait, how does all this link? I can't see the link at the moment. And that's where it's really intriguing to see what the hell's going on.
So,
That
is it
has been
more
really
of one
good.
of those series where you just have no idea what's happening and it just keeps, like, throwing you through loops? Because I
Yep.
saw one
Yep.
like
Yep.
that before, and I was so invested in it because I just had no idea what was happening. Like, it was such a weird series. But
Yeah, it's exactly like that.
really
And I'm hoping it doesn't go in the direction of Lost, because Lost did that to me. When I
Yeah,
watched
yeah,
Lost,
yeah.
and
I was gonna
like,
say Lost is the same sort of vibe, isn't it? Whereas everything's just
Yeah.
weird and you have no idea what's happening, and it just keeps getting more and more bizarre.
yeah,
Now, I
so
remember
I'm
watching
praying
an
it doesn't
anime
do that.
similar to that before. Like, it was like a post-apocalyptic world, but then like there were these children and there were like these mole people. So I can't remember what this anime was, but it just got weirder and weirder with each episode, and then it just got super dark where people then just started getting murdered and stuff. And I was like,
Yeah, it's...
what am I watching?
Oh, mate, this has that vibe, though. You're watching it going,
Yeah.
what is going on? I don't want to... I'm not going to... Wow.
Yeah. Don't spoil anything.
No,
But
I'm
I might
not,
check
but,
it
like,
out in the future.
So...
but-
Yeah. So honestly, if you in the background want to like watch it and you feel like, Dan, I'll come and draw you on for the rest, then by all means do it, because this last episode, episode 5, episode 5, yeah, episode 5. No, yeah, well, no, not episode 5, so episode 4. That literally threw me completely to the point where I think in my reactions for those that have seen it, and trust me, if you haven't seen it, guys, go and check it out, because I'm literally for the last like 3 minutes going, what the fuck, what the like, I don't even know what to say. It must be either the worst reaction to watch or the best. I don't know, because it's like, I don't even know how to react.
Casual plug. Check out my video here. Link to the video.
Yeah, link to video, isn't it? And then
Yeah,
It's-
okay.
that
You've
if
piqued
anything
my
out of those
interest.
four,
You've piqued my
if
interest.
anything out of those four that I'm watching on my own, that's the one I think that
Right.
actually would interest you, because I think the rest of them are probably a bit like maybe, but that
Okay.
one is very good. The
Sure.
last one,
Okay.
the last one I've just picked up is I got a cheat. Well, God, I'm gonna have to read this off the internet. Give me a moment, because this has the longest.
I've heard
title.
people talking about this one as well.
Yeah,
Is this
right,
the
you
one
ready
with a
for
new
it?
season upcoming at some point, right?
No, that's when that's right. You ready for this?
Yeah, go for it.
I got a cheat skill in another world and became unrivaled in the real world too. Oh,
Was that a tongue twister?
like, what is that? Anyway, I don't get it at the moment, the hype, right? So this,
Really?
when I was looking at, like, this is one of like the most watched at the moment, which is weird, because I'm like,
Right.
I'm struggling to understand why yet. I've only watched
How many
2.
episodes are you in?
2 episodes in, so
Is it
don't hold
currently
me to
airing,
account.
or is this an older one?
Currently airing, so it's 5 episodes down. I'm 2 in at the moment.
Right, okay. Are people hyping it because of the anime, or is it because they've like read the manga or like novel or something like that?
You see, I don't know, because I looked at the stats for like, and I know we should never just base it off stats, but I looked at like the ratings that people gave the manga, and it was like in the mid-7s, and I'm sitting there going, so why is this? Why do people care? Because if it's a mid-7, like, yeah, I don't know. I can't work it out.
God knows.
But
Maybe you just need to
watching
stick it out, and you know, shit goes crazy like halfway through.
Yeah, and that's what I'm hoping, because to be fair, you'd have loved episode 2. Episode 2 was wholesome as hell, and it was creeping me out in terms of how wholesome it was. I was like, stop this. I don't want wholesome. I didn't choose to watch I Got a Cheat Skill in Another World for you to literally be wholesome as hell. I need violence, like violence in cheat skills. That's what I need. I need the R1, R2, LB, whatever button next.
Left down, right up, left down, right up.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I need. Anyway, I probably talked too much about those.
Sure, but I guess that brings us to the last series that we were watching.
Yeah. We're really sorry.
Konosuba, an explosion on this wonderful world. Yeah, we decided to drop this for now. I'd say like we're not gonna watch it like any more of it. So if like people are actually interested in watching us reacting to it at some point in the future, then we can pick it up again. But I think it just got to the point where we had to, because it's like our first like sort of experience on YouTube. I didn't want to overwhelm us with too many videos and stuff to edit and stuff like that, even though you've decided to pick up like 5 series.
Yeah, my bad.
But it got to the point where like we had the choice of like Demon Slayer and Oshinoko as well, and I was like, I'd rather pick up one of these series than Konosuba, because I feel like Konosuba is just like a slice of life comedy thing, and I didn't think anything super interesting was happening. It was just like the only reaction we were getting was just like the odd laugh at like some stupid thing. I was just like, it's probably a bit boring to react to, right? So
yeah,
what are your thoughts on it?
I agree. I think like, especially when you sold it to me as like, you know, let's look at Oshinoko, and I was like, okay, actually, if we're putting those two against each other, because that's what it was, guys. It was basically a decision between those two. It came down to, because, and let's be honest, like for those that have watched probably both, or at least watched one of those, you probably understand why we made that decision, because I think Oshinoko is so much better, and that's no offense to Konosuba. I think it's actually it's enjoyable, but I just don't, in terms of reaction, I think Oshinoko is. I think Konosuba, I found, is like, it felt like it was one of those that you could watch on your own quite quietly, and it'd be quite, you know, quite calming to watch, I suppose.
You
and stuff
chuckle
like
to
that.
yourself with the odd joke
Yeah.
or something. But
I just think when we're sitting there from an editing point of view going, right, we can't cut out the whole episode, so what are we going to do? Like, so, yeah. And I
definitely think that the main series of Konosuba is a lot better. So I feel like you should check that out at some point. But
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we'll return to it one day, because I do want to watch it at some point and find out what happens, just to see if
we've got some really powerful ones to mention in a minute that I think is going to surprise a few people on here. Bear in mind, really openly right now, I have watched a lot of anime, right? And I mean, I include the big boys, so I'm watching One Piece, I've watched Naruto, you know, I've watched Black Clover, there's loads I can go off, right? Bleach, all those sorts of things. And there's one that's going to come up that Cheng knows about that, yeah, I think it's going to surprise a lot of people, but that could be a potential future reaction, since I've not gone through.
I had no idea what you're talking about for a moment, but now I've clocked on to what you're talking about.
Yeah. So we'll come to that in a moment. But is there anything else we want to say more about the 4 we've been watching? Because I appreciate I've just talked heavily about the 4 you
I think
don't
we've
know
pretty
about.
much covered all of them, really. I mean, yeah, I think overall,
I'm really enjoying them.
I'm
really enjoying them, though. Yeah.
Right?
There's not one of those that I'd say let's drop it. I think like Demon Slayer we're heavily invested in, because we've been there. We've been in there since day dot. And I think it's just this for me, actually. And I know it's too early to say it maybe, but this arc is actually starting to already shape up to be one of my favourites. And I know there's been some seriously big.
It's so early as well, and it's already.
I know, but it's already like we're talking. We got to episode 3 and it was already going crazy. Like, I mean, come on, that's early. That is. Hell's Paradise is starting to pop now. That's starting to pop now. I think that's about to go bang.
I think it's just about getting interesting for me, but it's been a bit of a slow burn for me.
Yeah, Oshinoku had a banger of a first episode, slowed up on the second, started to increase pace again on third.
Yeah, that one slowed down quite a bit, but I do think it's gonna slowly pick back up now.
Mash has just been mash. No more, no more needed.
Exactly.
Just mash. So should we talk about other shows we're watching? You're watching some stuff, aren't you, at the moment? I think on your own as well.
Yeah, so just anime wise, like off sort of not stream, well, off reaction. I think the only other one this season I'm watching is Loving Yamada at level 999. It's okay. It's like a wholesome sort of comedy sort of anime.
Yeah.
It's quite fun. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's like a super interesting one or anything like that.
That's fair enough. What's it like? What's the kind of main premise of that? Because I don't really have a clue. I literally have no idea.
So basically, this girl starts playing an MMO with her boyfriend, like just to spend time with her boyfriend. But then her boyfriend breaks up with her to start dating like some other girl he plays games with.
Is this like the reverse gym? Is this like the reverse gym idea that men normally do when they like lose someone and they go try and get out, like look great in the gym afterwards?
Not really, because she's not the one who's level 999. So she like then meets like this random guy from her guild, and like he's basically like one of the super powerful people in the guild who's like level 999, right. I think. I've kind of been just casually watching it on the side while playing games and stuff. But yeah, it seems fun so far, but yeah, it's not super interesting, I'd say.
Nice.
It's just a good watch. What about you? What have you been watching in your massive list of stuff?
Like seriously, like what haven't I been watching? So I'll come back to the one that I've originally put. I wanted to talk about first, but I'll come back to it. So let's go to. So Bungo Stray Dogs. I'm only 2 episodes into season 1, but. And the reason why I've started this is because I thought, do you know what? This would be a really cool one to do in the summer, because in summer 2023, we've got maybe potentially thinking about doing season 5 if I can enjoy it. I was thinking about getting into this because I actually really enjoyed the first 2 episodes. Like it has a really cool premise that I think. It's fairly similar to a lot of anime in terms of what it's probably trying to. You know, he's got powers, blah blah blah. Found a powerful group, yada yada. That sort of thing. That's what. No, this one's just normal Crunchyroll. I think this one is, but this one's been raved about quite a lot. So can you guys, in anybody that's kind of way ahead of the game, don't spoil it for me, but don't spoil it for others. But give me a sense of should I be continuing down this path of Bungo Stray Dogs? Because I liked the first 2 episodes, but it's a lot to invest of time to get ready for season 5.
A super quick premise of what the plot is like.
Oh God. How do I explain it? It's basically like, imagine that this guy's like, it's really hard to explain, but at the beginning of the first episode, you see this guy, which I think is trying to commit, you know what? He's trying to like call it a day, should I say? In the nicest way. I don't want to say it as in like I just don't like saying it.
Sure.
And then, but this guy's like saves him, but then he finds out he's got like this ability at night. He basically turns into this like animal at night. Yes, I know it sounds like another fucking transform into a wolf at night kind of situation, but but he finds out that there's this squad of people that are also got these mad abilities.
Yeah, because I think I've seen the picture before, so I've seen like this squad, but
yeah, so that's all I know. And if I'm honest, I haven't watched a 3rd episode, and it's been about a week because I've been watching everything else. To be fair, but I'm thinking about that one. I'm thinking.
So did you say there's 5 seasons of it?
There's the 5th one is here in the summer. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's been ongoing for a while then.
Yeah. So I just want to know from you guys out there that have watched it. Should I bother? Would you like to see me react to it in summer? Because if you want me to, I'll binge it. I'll get it done. I'll get it done. But remember, you need to come and watch it because I put all that effort in. So,
watch it for yourself. Right. What else? What else? We're move along.
Now this one I love. Kingdom. I am hooked. This has been out for ages, but I am in. because
I've
the
heard
next,
good things about it. One of my mates has been telling me to read it for ages, but it's not really
oh,
my sort of thing, so I haven't.
so
checked it out.
it's based on Chinese history,
Yeah.
and it's talking about the Qin dynasty, which is basically the dynasty that starts before the Han dynasty, which is the one I'm more interested in. Because those of you out there that know, the Han dynasty focuses on the three kingdoms, which is Wei, Wu, and Shu, which then forms into the Jin dynasty later on, which is basically, for those that really want to know some key characters, I need to see Lu Bu.
This is
That's
just
who
your
I need
Dynasty
to see.
Warrior shit, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. So Kingdom is starting off really well, though. It's focused on, obviously, a warrior meets a king, and unfortunately something happens to one to his. Why am I acting like I'm not spoiling it? This has been out for like God knows how many years. So basically, it's a kid that him and his like sort of best mate. One of them dies, and he blames this king for that, but actually he's starting to realise that his mate did it for a reason, because he saw what potential this king has to unite China. So therefore, he helps him and becomes basically his kind of like, I suppose, first person or whatever you would call it. I suppose general is the easiest way I can explain it. So Kingdom is really good so far. I am going to binge this to get this done for next calendar year, because that's when the next season comes out, and I'd like to react to the new season. So going swiftly on, we've got Jobless Reincarnation season 1. I'm watching that at the moment because I want to get ready for season 2 in the summer, potentially, to do that. That's actually really interesting, because that's about basically a guy dies, gets reincarnated, typical, but he gets put into a world where, like, he gets put into a baby's body, but he's got the mentality of a 30-year-old, right?
Okay.
Yeah. yeah. I'm also watching The Eminence in Shadow. That's got real darkness to that, and I love it, because it's basically about, like, this reminds me of Sword Art Online. And when I say that, I only class it that way because it's basically got a male main character, and he's surrounded by females, and they all love him. So it's very similar in that respect.
Every harem anime, then, pretty much.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But
okay.
The one I wanted to focus on, I have never watched Dragon Ball.
Who are you?
Let that sink in. Bear in mind how much I have watched, and I have never watched Dragon Ball. So I'm currently binging Dragon Ball in the hope that if you guys want to see it, if you want to relive your Dragon Ball Z years or Kai years or whatever it is, wherever we go and whatever route we go after, but if you want to relive that and you want to see an absolute noob who's not actually seen any of it react for the first time, so maybe that, this Super Saiyan thing you guys talk about a lot. Wow, I've just completely lost everybody just then, didn't I? First time but I'm excited to see Goku go Super Saiyan for the first time. And
you've got so much to experience for the first time, man. Because it's the original Dragon Ball you're watching at the moment, right?
Yeah. By the way, can I just say to everybody, you're all creepy. You are all creeps. You watched Dragon Ball when you were kids. I watched the first 3 episodes, and Goku spent more time with clothes off than he did with them on. He's a baby.
That's just classic,
a little kid.
Like, really old Japanese anime, though, isn't it?
The fact that the way he checks if you're a boy or a girl, he decides to, grab the private area, should I say? Like, come on!
I mean, let's be honest, right? No, I'm pretty sure, like, barely anyone in the UK has actually watched Dragon Ball, because I'm pretty sure, like, the age most of us are, our first experience with anime was Dragon Ball Z, and it was kind of standalone. Like, I think most of the people I know, we just jumped straight into Dragon Ball Z, and barely anyone watched Dragon Ball. I think I only watched Dragon Ball because when I was a kid, like, family members who lived over in, like, Hong Kong used to, like, send videos. So I just used to watch these videos in Chinese that I did not understand while I was just, like, watching, like, all these cool fights and stuff. But I had no idea what was happening.
Oh dear. Right. So if you all want to see that, we potentially, Cheng has volunteered to potentially join me on that journey for someone that has watched it all, and I've never watched it, to see what this is going to be like. I can't wait to see Cheng's sitting there going, I know what's kind of happening. Like, I know some of it probably is lost in the memory bank somewhere because it's been a long time. But
I think it'll be Dragon Ball Kai we do, just so it skips over all the fillers. You don't need to watch 20 episodes of Goku just powering up, just screaming. Because that's what it was like for us when we watched the original Dragon Ball Z.
That's a fair point. And Cheng's just had a motorcycle go through his.
No, you can hear that as well. Oh god, that was loud. Bloody hell.
Shall we get to the ranks of what we're ranking all the anime that we are reacting to?
Sure.
Let's rank these bad boys, shall we? If you start us off then with your fourth place.
Yeah, so I've got the 4 series I'm watching, and in bottom place, I'd say it's Hell's Paradise. Just because out of all the ones I'm watching, it's the one that's got me least invested so far, because I feel like not too much has really happened yet. It might change over the next few weeks because things are starting to pop off, I think. So, yeah, Hell's Paradise currently has my bottom slot.
That's fair.
How are we going to do this? Am I going to go through all of mine, or?
Okay, well, I'll go. Let me think.
Because you've got 8 series, so should I just go through mine then?
Yeah. Do your favourite character as well for each one as you go. So, who's your favourite character from Hell's Paradise?
Okay, so my favourite character is it Sagiri, the girl?
Yeah, Sagiri. I can't pronounce it very well, but
Sagiri.
Sorry if I butchered that. Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, I kind of liked her when she first appeared. I thought she looked cool, but then she just kind of got super whiny and was just kind of useless for like the past like 3 episodes or so. But then the fucking last episode, she finally popped off like I was waiting for, and it was just so fucking badass. So yeah, she's definitely jumped up to my favorite character on that series.
Yeah, she was top in that last episode. Absolutely top. You have to go and if you've not watched that, you need to because it's brilliant. So good.
Yeah, it was fucking badass. Right. So moving on, my number 3 would be Mashal. Yeah, I think this one is basically just because like it's just pure comedy. Like I don't think like the plot's not super serious, so you know it's nothing like mind blowing. So that's why it's not ranked higher for me. With me, I really enjoy like a really deep and interesting story. So yeah, I think Mashal's next, but yeah, it's super enjoyable, super funny, and I'm really enjoying it.
Go on then, who's your favourite character? Because there are a few absolute top characters from this at the moment.
It's got to be Kevin.
There's so many good ones. Kevin, was that his right or his left pec?
I can't remember. It was one of them, right? No, but yeah, I don't have a serious answer, but yeah, Kevin. Kevin was
love
that. Yeah, I just loved how he named all the muscles in his body. That was so funny.
I hope he continues to do it. We get like you get a diagram for all the actual muscle names. In the
just
body.
Every single one has a name.
Yeah, they need to do that.
All right. So next up in second place for me would be Demon Slayer season 3.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, that kind of reveals. I probably should have just said what was first, right? But
yeah, there you go. Because first and second now you've got them, haven't you? So yeah.
But yeah, I guess we'll just talk about Demon Slayer. So yeah, Demon Slayer, it's always been amazing. Really enjoyed every season of it. I've read the manga, so I've enjoyed the manga like throughout the whole thing. So I was really excited to sort of see everything animated. I haven't read it in years though, so I can barely remember what happened. So this is all kind of fresh for me as well. But yeah, like I really love how these seasons like it's just popping off straight away. Like what was it, like episode 2 or 3, and like already the bad guys like invading, like you know everything's just going so quickly, and the action is just sick. Like the animations are so fucking good, and just like some of the character moments are so fucking badass. Like you know when the guy just like rips his jaw off.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, just like some of these like moves are just so fucking cool and badass. Like I'm really enjoying it so far. And my favorite character.
And then
of course, it's Nezuko. She's fucking adorable. She's super cute, and she's also a complete fucking badass. Like
I'm gonna predict this, by the way.
Man, what?
I'm gonna predict this, by the way, for everybody out there. You can hold me to account on this. I am predicting Cheng's final choice by the end. When we get to the end, when we get to like June, whatever it is, I already know who his favourite character is going to be. And it's going to be Mitsuri, right? And if it isn't, I'll be very surprised. Very surprised if it's not.
I don't know.
I'm calling it.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised if you're right, but I don't know. Nezuko is always just like held a special place in my ranking because like, yeah, she's just amazing. Like the first few episodes, she was super cute, and now that like the action's happening, she's just super badass. Like fucking hell, the last episode, man. Like spoilers.
Oh
if
yeah,
people haven't watched it. Warning now, but. You know, when she just, like, rips the guy's arm off and then just, like, steals his weapon and just, like, batters the shit out of him with the fan, like... And then she just, like, incinerates him. Like, she's so fucking cool. So, yeah. Nezuko is my current favourite character. And then, I guess, finally, number one. Plot twist. Who could have saw that coming? Oshinoko! Yeah, so I'm really enjoying it so far. The first episode blew me away. Like I was just not expecting like what the direction where this anime went. Because like you start off and it's just like okay, so it's gonna be a weird romance. It's gonna be a bit weird because he's like older and she's like young. I was like, oh god, this is probably gonna be weird and bad. And then he dies. And I'm like, wait, what? And then he gets reincarnated. So I'm like, oh, it's an isekai. So it's about him growing up as a like kid with like the mindset of an adult, like the other series you're watching. And then, yeah, more spoilers. Like then she dies, and I'm like, oh, I thought she was the main character, and she's dead. So, yeah, this just constantly. Fucking plot twist.
Who are they going to kill off next?
I know. So I was just like, I had no idea where this was going, and yeah, it's got me super interested and invested in where the story's going. So yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this one a lot, and I'm really excited to see where it's going. It's so hard to resist just reading the manga right now and just
Don't do it.
Don't do it. I hope they cover everything in one season because I think if it gets to the point where it doesn't finish the story, I don't think I'm going to be able to resist not reading it and finding out what happens. But
oh dear.
Yeah, I guess that's
He's your favourite character. I think I already know what this is going to be.
Of course. It's going to be our favourite Kana Arima, the infamous actor who can lick baking soda like blah 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 blah.
Top. She's top. Like, literally, if anybody's not seen it, like...
She's the best thing of this series, man. Like, I don't even know why. I don't think it's that funny, but just every time that popped up, like, it fucking tickled me. Like, we were both
just class.
Creasing. Like...
It's very good.
It was funny. But yeah, those are my rankings. So
right, here
let's
we go.
See what you say. You've got a lot more, right? You've got.
I hope you're ready for the top tier of the top tier rankings right now. Here we go. So in last place.
Right.
And the reason why I've only put this in last place, by the way, I've only watched 2 episodes so far. So there is 5. I've got to catch up on this one. But it's I got a cheat skill in whatever the hell the rest of the title is because I've lost the title again. So I got a cheat skill in another world, blah, 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 blah. That's 8th at the moment because I can't quite get it. I don't really know why it's so popular at the moment. But I'm not bad mouthing it, people. I will continue, but I don't see it right now. So I need to just hope. You use the main character, but I'm like, I think that's only because he's the main character, and that's the only one I kind of know at the moment. So that's where I'm going. Like, and it's because it's 2 episodes in. He's kind of been the main focus. But now as we get through to the next ones, this is where I've actually got opinions now. So Dead Mount Death Play is 7th, but it's so hard to put it there because I'm like, oh, it should deserve to go higher, but this.
Is it just because everything else is so much?
Yeah, like everything's tiered up.
So all of these coming up are really high ranked for you?
Yes, like these are all fucking really like... So a lot of you are going to be like, whoa, my God, why did you put that there? It's like, yeah, but so hard not to though. Like because there's just some top ones. Anyway, so Misaka is my favourite character in that one. Now she is the person you would love. Like I know this is the sort of character you'd like because she is brilliant.
Is she the one on the thumbnail of the last video? Because I just saw her and I was like, yeah, she looks pretty cute. Who's that?
Yeah, she's the thumbnail. And mate, the amount of chibi moments they have in this, I am surprised you're not in. because
Oh really? Damn it!
has so many.
I love those chibi reaction faces. God damn it!
Like, they do loads of them. Like, it's brilliant. They need a toy, and I want that shark. I'm not going to say any more, and that's what I want.
What, Dick
Spoiler
Shark?
moment. No, not a Dick Shark. That's coming later. That's my favourite character for Hell's Paradise. So Kamu Katsu, working for a god in a godless world. Some of you are going to be like, why did you choose him? But Roy, and the reason why I'm choosing Roy, he is the creepiest motherfucker I've ever met in my life. He is creepy. He creeps on everything, but he's just so funny. It's so funny that he's that creepy.
Right, okay.
He's proper creepy, mate. Like, desperate creepy, but it's just funny. It's just so funny.
I have nothing
Like,
to go off, so I'll just have to take your word on it.
Episode by episode, he gets more and more creepy, and it's brilliant. I love the development of Roy, the creepy person.
Sure.
Then you've got Oshinoku, and I know it seems like it's like 5th place Oshinoku. Wow, slow down, but it's
dare
like,
you?
I know, but like, it's just so many top ones. And then Kana, I agree with you, she's top.
Best girl.
she is top. She is class. Then next up is 4th, Heavenly Delusion. Kiriko is my favourite character. She is an absolute badass in this. Like, now, spoiler alert, big spoiler alert. So you want to switch off for literally 30 seconds. I'll get this done.
Wait, what's this for? Is this for Heavenly Delusion, or are you going into number 3?
Oh, no, you haven't watched it, so I'm not going to say it. Don't worry, spoiler alert, it's not going to happen, because in case you watch it. But Kiriko is my favourite, and she's a girl. That's what I'm going to say.
You're not usually, female characters aren't usually in your top tiers.
No, there's another reason for that. Now you need to watch it, because I need you to know why I've said that and why I've said it particularly like that. So for those of you that know, you know. Anyway, right. Hell's Paradise at 3rd place, and I'm actually surprised with myself that I put this here, because
I thought this would be ranked higher.
I have been raving on this. Now, originally I put Gabimaru, but after, and that was before the last episode, I am swapping it to Dick Shark.
It's not even a shark. It's like a stupid tuna or something.
No, it's not.
Why is it Dick Shark?
Sagiri is my favourite now, because after that last episode, yeah, she was top, mate. That last episode was top with her.
I'm glad you agree, and you can see who best girl is.
And now we come to the top 2.
Oh,
so it is 2nd place.
Wait.
Which means
I guess you should first announce my number 1, right?
No. And I'm going to give him 2, and then everybody's going to go "Sue!" at number 1. Okay, so it is number 2 is.
Drum roll.
Dick Shark. No, I'm joking. It's Marshall.
It's Kevin.
Just saying though. Side story, guys. Mappa, if you're watching, I know you're the only animators for it, but if you can get in touch with the guys that write the manga, if you could just let them know, like Dick Shark needs a side story. Anyway, so Marshall at 2nd place. Mash is the best character. I'm sorry, but Mash is just the best character.
He's just such a gormless clown.
And if we were ranking all these characters that I'm naming right now, he would be my number 1 right now. He is so good.
Oh, really?
I love him. I love him.
Okay, I see it.
So number 1 is Demon Slayer, because it's just been top. It's just been top so far again. And maybe I'm a little bit biased because we've got a history of Demon Slayer, but like,
yeah,
I'm putting it at number 1. And now I'm not going to go with who I said I was going to go with this one, because after the last episode, I'm trying to pronounce his name. He's the Mist Arashima, whatever, however you say it. Anyway, his name is Mushiro Tokito. Mushiro. Yeah. He is. I'm loving his development. His development already. Like, I'm already hooked into his development. Like, I think it's brilliant. So yeah, that's it. Right, really quickly, because we're going to speed run this, because you don't want to listen to us for so long. So we're going to cut right here, because we want to show you something before we rank it. So here we go. Time to tune in to this music.
Step
I forgot to announce what that was about, but I know you've just watched.
I was gonna say.
I know you've just watched 40 seconds of music. Basically, what we're trying to do is give you 5 seconds of each of these openings. Maybe you can decide which was your favourite from those 5 seconds. But we have already ranked them because we have listened to every single one every week.
You forgot to explain, but the next section you wanted to do was rank all the openings of the series we've been watching, basically. Right?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to go first this time? Should I get whistle stop mine?
Go for it. You've got the most. So 8
right,
songs.
Here we go. I am not going to be able to pronounce most of these, but I'll give it a go. So
I'm really interested in what these openings are like because I haven't even heard half of the openings for the series you've watched.
Oh, so some of them are bangers. So the bangers start from, I would say, I'll get into it. I'll tell you whether it's a banger or not. Okay, so I've got a cheat skill. Sorry, I look like I'm like shitting on this anime at the moment. Like it's 8th place. I'm sorry, but like it's 8th place for each thing at the moment. I'm sorry because again, not really that into that. This hit. It's called. I'm going to put it on the screen. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. So you'd have heard it anyway. You've just heard it. Gayakuten Geki.
Sure.
Yes, that's 8.
Budget.
Then it's
okay.
Then 7th place is Stay Free, which is in the Kamikatsu opening. So that's the Kamikatsu opening, and it's called Stay Free. That's all right, average. Now it starts to pick up. Now we're getting into banger territory. So in 6th place, it's Idol from Oshinoku. Now we're starting to pick up some pace into some bangers. Now, there's an obvious reason why I put that at 6, because this is not my kind of music. My kind of music comes in next. Well, not quite next. One more, and then we'll move to the real serious Danny metal music. Yeah. Anyway, then we've got Demon Slayer at 5th with Kaisuna no Kaiseki.
No, Kiseki. Or Kiseki? Something
basically, don't kiss me. That's what I translate to, right?
Oh, is that what it's translated to?
I have no idea. I just made that up on the spot.
What the fuck? What was that? Sure, okay.
I hope that is.
I don't know why I even believed you, but sure, okay.
So, Don't Kiss Me by Demon Slayer, Season 3.
What's your number 4?
Number 4 is Nero from the Dead Mount Death Player. Now that's a banger. Right. That's a quality song right there.
Metal or something?
Not quite all the way, but it's like got some absolute banger moments. Sure. Then we got Heavenly Delusion in 3rd place with Innocent Arrogance. That is also a banger. I recommend it to everybody. Add it to your Spotify playlist. Do it now. Now we're talking metal territory. We're coming in. Here we go. Number 2, Knockout by Mashal. Like now that Mashal, is but you know it's in Mashal. Yeah. That is metal. Like I love it. Yeah. It's class. It's great. We need more. And then obviously that obviously announced his 1st place, which is Work from Hell's Paradise. Da 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 da.
You've been singing that literally all day. You've got it stuck in my head as well, and I hate you for it.
It's just a banger. It's so good. Yeah. So that's my rankings. So what are your top 4?
So, complete opposite to you. Number 4 for me is Knockout for Mashal. I am not a big fan of metal, so like heavy songs like that. So yeah,
I wasn't surprised this would be last. I wasn't surprised.
not surprised at all. So yeah, that's number 4 for me. Number 3 would be Kizuna no Keseki or whatever it is for Demon Slayer.
Don't kiss me. Yeah, by doing so.
It is not. I'm guarantee you that is not what it translates to. But yeah, I think it's a pretty good song, but it just does not hold a candle towards like the previous like openings for Demon Slayer.
That's the problem, isn't it? That's the problem.
The one that Lisa, I think it was Lisa who did it. Like That was an absolute banger, and like, yeah, it just doesn't hold up compared to those ones.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Right.
Now I'm
number 2.
interested. I wonder what could be number 1. I already know.
Number 2 is Work for Hell's Paradise. Like,
Oh, shut
yeah.
up. All right.
Shut up. But yeah, I really like this one. This song, I didn't like it at first, but yeah, like it's slowly been growing on me, and I think it's also stuck in my head. Probably no thanks to you constantly fucking singing and humming it. Yeah. So yeah, I do really like the music to this one. But yeah, to no one's surprise, number 1 is Idol for Oshinoko. Yeah, so when you were first like, oh, this song's like massively popular, everyone's like super obsessed with the song, and I heard it the first time, I was like, I don't get it. Why? Like, it's not even that
It grows
good.
on you though, doesn't it? It grows on you.
But then, like, after every episode we've watched, and I hear it every time, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of vibing with this. Yeah. And then it gets to that, like, one, like, I'm not sure if it's a chorus or a verse, but, like, the music
The
just
key
pops
tone,
off.
isn't it? It's the change.
And
of the
I'm
key
just
tone,
like,
think.
I fucking love this bit. Like, I'm pretty sure we got, like, what was it? Like, copyrighted because I played too much of that intro part in one of our videos.
Yeah.
I was like,
Side
oh,
note
this
on
bit
that.
is popping up. Copyright
A little bit of a
strike.
side note for everybody on that one as well, by the way. Like, we appreciate everybody like sticking with some of the way that we obviously have to place some of our video on there, because like we'd love to be able to genuinely love to be able to show you the whole thing, but yeah. We at risk of not being able to actually get it on at all. Trust me. Trust me.
The joys of YouTube.
Yeah. But I'm sure you are all used to that with others that you've probably checked out anyway on YouTube. So, we've got 2 very, very quick last things that we want to talk about, and we need your help with one of those. And then the other one is more just to let you know that what we're doing. So, in terms of future then, so obviously summer 2023 is coming up. Obviously for a long way away, but like we're starting to think about, okay, what do we go for? Because when June comes around, you know, halfway through June, a lot of these will drop off because obviously they'll be finished, and we need to move into some new content. We've got some big hitters that we think we've got some guarantees that we are definitely going to cover, and there are some that we need question marks. Yeah, go for it.
Should I cover my ones first then?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, so yeah, so we kind of wanted to expand on the channel and sort of not only do anime, because the whole sort of Nerdyverse thing was sort of a play of the multiverse, so it's like different universes, like different sort of genres and stuff. So yeah, we're massive fans of Marvel, and I'm also a massive fan of Star Wars. I know you've started watching quite a lot of Star Wars stuff recently, right?
Yeah. Well, I am a huge fan of like main Star Wars is what I'm going to class it as, and I'll try and explain that a little bit. What I mean is like the mainstream stuff, the stuff that's like
film,
you know everybody's watched. Yeah,
sure.
I have watched everything out. The only things I'm probably like a little hazy on is it will be obviously the animated stuff, which is weird because actually I'm into anime, but like I think it's because
you were so half-ass watching those when I made you watch them.
Yeah, I know, and I think like, but I love every other thing. The only thing I didn't enjoy as much is probably the Boba Fett series. It's probably the least enjoyable so far for me. But everything else, though, I've been massively on. This I'm really excited for because if I'm honest...
Well,
like,
I guess we should probably say it first. So yeah, we are planning on reacting to Secret Invasion for Marvel when it releases. And also the Ahsoka series for Star Wars. So, yeah.
Boom. Hopefully you're excited about that. That should be good. One of them, I believe one of them's out in like August. The other one's in September. So obviously we will... react as soon as it comes, but we're not just going to wait till then. We have got other things that we're going to be anime that is kicking off. Will be kicking off in July, so we've got loads of stuff that 3 guaranteed animes, I'd say, and then there's about 4 maybes that we need to help on deciding.
Yeah, this is the point where I'm not sure on, because I think out of the ones you've sort of thought about, there's only one that I'm like really hyped to watch. So that's definitely for me. But then I'm like not sure if I want to watch the other ones or not. So I don't know if they'll end up being solo reactions or if I'll just watch them anyway with you. So yeah, it's definitely worth hearing if people have any sort of recommendations on which ones are like the triple S tier animes of the season. If it's like
100%.
if people give guarantees that these are like fucking amazing, like Oshinoko and stuff, like I'll check them out.
By the way, careful. Chang is very particular about his anime, so you need to be absolutely certain that you.
I've watched
choose the
so
right one.
much anime over the years, like so many that most of them are just so mediocre. They just like mix into one. Because like when you watch so much, they just all start merging together. It's like the same fucking plot basically with different characters. So,
Equally,
yeah.
if you want to make Chang watch some awful ones, that'd be equally as funny for me to
Please
digest.
don't.
That'd
So
just
yeah,
be, like,
I'm really
hilarious.
particular now. I only really like to watch like the super like S tier stuff. So
Talking about super S tier, so here's what we are going to watch. There's three that whether it's one of them we're absolutely watching as a duo, which I'll explain in a minute.
Yes.
The other two potentially duo, definitely I'm watching because I'm here for it. But the one we're 100% duoing is Bleach. We are here for Bleach because Bleach is top tier. It's absolutely been incredible. The first part of the 1,000-year Blood War has been absolutely incredible. We both love Bleach, to be fair. And if I'm honest, personally, I wasn't a massive fan of the way that Bleach ended, as in like original Bleach. I'm talking like,
yeah, they
so
ended it on
I
one
was
of the
really
deepest
happy.
arcs. Yeah,
Yeah, I was
kind of
really
weird.
happy when they said that that they're going to animate obviously where the manga that they're doing currently, and they're going to bring it out. And yeah, I'm just that first episode, if I remember rightly, when it came back, the nostalgia hit when the tune came on in the background.
See, I feel
as
like
well.
that's the whole reason this is so popular right now. It's because of the nostalgia. Because if I remember right,
mate,
people
so
started to
good.
hate Bleach like back in the day. Like,
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Definitely did. Yeah, I agree with you. So that's on the list. Now, one of them, you're thinking, well, why haven't they talked about the big one? I know what you're thinking. I'm watching it. Chang might not, but Jujutsu Kaisen
no.
season 2
Yeah,
is
that's
here, and
Okay.
I will 100% do this because I love the first season of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
But you're on the fence, aren't you, at the moment? I think, on
Okay,
that one.
so hear me out, right? So I watched the first season and I really liked it. So I started reading the manga, and yeah, I think I got up to date with the manga. But then, like, I don't know where this season starts from and where it's going to end, so I won't go into too much. But the arc I was reading was just so fucking boring, in my opinion. Like, it's been so long since I got a manga which I was reading where I just was like so like uninterested in what was happening. I was just kind of skimming and looking at the pictures, like. So yeah, I'm curious if it'll get to that part in this second season. I don't think it will. I think this will probably be like season 3 or something. So yeah, maybe this will
So
be like the good bit that I actually did enjoy, so I might actually still watch it. But
I think he should join us suddenly, everybody, and then he can drop it midway if he's like, nah, I'm out.
sure, I'll
I'll
probably
continue.
do that. I'll probably watch it
continue.
because I think season 2 will be good from what I remember. I think it's way later on in the manga. I don't think the anime will cover that for a while, where I sort of got bored of it and dropped it. So,
Now, I know this one. You're all thinking, why has he not told us about the absolute S
this better be a S.
This will be.
tier.
Now, I am going to pray that I remember when I recommended to Cheng, I said, Cheng, you need to watch I Got Reincarnated by a Slime because it's absolutely phenomenal. And I know that at the time you were like, what the in hell are you on about? Reincarnated by as a slime.
And
then you
I
did.
swear that wasn't you who told me to watch
It was. I told you to watch Reincarnated as a Slime. I said, you need to watch this. I did.
I
And
don't
bought
believe
it.
you.
And you
I
went
don't believe you.
You did. I did. And now I am hoping, I'm praying this is my second attempt. My second attempt.
I refuse to believe that.
So I am recommending that we are going to watch Reborn as a vending machine.
Fuck's sake.
100%.
How is this supposed to be good? It sounds so dumb.
It's going to be
God damn
class.
it.
Oh man, I can't believe there's an anime coming out.
I
called
fucking
Reborn as a
despise
vending
and
machine.
hate that I'm probably going to fucking love this.
Oh,
And I
it's
hate
going to be
it.
brilliant. There needs to be a collaboration between this and Reincarnated as a Slime. Like the slime could be in the vending machine. Oh,
God,
anyway. So yeah.
Speaking
that one,
of slime, though, that is...
Yeah,
there needs to be more of that.
Future.
I fucking love that. There needs to be more of it because
we'll be back. We'll be back. It's coming out in.
Is it actually?
Wasn't the? Yeah, it's next year, not this year.
Thank
coming out
God.
next year.
I need more of the story. Because I was going to start reading the books, but I was just like, I can't be asked to read. It's too much effort. Because it's an actual novel, not a manga. But yeah.
The ones that we are doing, we've got Bleach, Secret Invasion, Ahsoka, Reborn as Venom Machine, and Jujutsu Kaisen. We will absolutely be covering those. There are 4 question marks. Mainly for me, like whether you want me to. Now, there's a few on there that I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in. So Jobless Reincarnation Season 2.
Right.
Rurouni Kenshin remake. So anybody that's watched the old Kenshin sort of anime or the movies.
Is that the live action ones on Netflix that I keep seeing pop up?
Yes, they're the live action ones. So this is basically the anime remake. So it's imagine just basically old story, but actually a lot better graphics from today's world in terms of animation. So that'll be really cool. Then you got Bungo Stray Dog Season 5. Remember guys, I said to you, tell me if you want me to binge this. I will get up to date for it if you want this. And then Dark Gathering, which is like a very, very like maybe. So anyway, those 4 question marks. Let us know. And is there anything else that is it coming in Summer 23? That
I don't know. Yeah. I need to look through the list as well and sort of see if there's anything that interests me. But I don't really know. So yeah, if people do have suggestions on what,
please let us know. Like,
going to be amazing.
Yeah. Let us know what you want. And even if, do you know what? Even if it's like we said earlier on about Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Kai, because I need to get through Dragon Ball first. But let us know if you think, do you know what? We'd love to see you guys like react to that and see, my first reaction to change sort of second reaction to it all and seeing me react, I suppose.
Second 10-year reaction.
10-year reaction, yeah. So let us know, or if there's an old one. So there's plenty out there that if you want to recommend that we've probably not touched. So for example, probably Hunter x Hunter is one we've never watched.
Yeah, that was the one I was thinking. I've never watched that. I've been meaning to for so long.
If you're interested in that, let us know. Question us on which ones we haven't watched, and we can talk about some big hitters we probably never watched, or throw examples and we'll tell you if we watched it or not. So don't say Naruto. I'm sorry. We love Naruto, but I don't need to watch it again.
Speaking of the which, wasn't there a special coming out? Is that next season? Or
there is fall 23 this fall. So
okay.
We will be if something does come this fall. By the way, everybody, we were absolutely all over that. Trust me, because that is hits us in the heart. And then the very last thing we wanted to mention is we are going to Comic Con on the 27th, the Saturday, I think, in London. So if anybody is there and wants to say hi, by all means, come and say hi. But you can appreciate probably none of you want to see us. So yeah, anyway, we're there.
I can't wait to spend all my money on fucking Nezuko statues and.
I can't. I can't wait to buy. I can't wait to buy Pachita from some Chainsaw Man.
Oh no! There's going to be loads of Chainsaw Man stuff, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. I'm gonna have no money. Great.
I'm gonna end up buying like £100 like Makima statue, aren't I?
So if any of you mega geeks out there already know the list of things that are going to be sold at that event, please link us. Because we will check it out and we will have a look. But anyway, yeah, we'll be there. If you're there, let us know. It'd be great to just like I said, we'll just be out and about anyway, doing everything on the day. So yeah, by all means, come see us and say hi. We will probably do a little bit of an update afterwards as well when we do the next channel update in a month.
I think it'll be quite fun to do.
So that's it, I think. Unless there's anything else you wanted to say.
No, I guess the only thing is just like thanks to everyone who's watched our videos or liked our videos or anything like that. And yeah, if you do enjoy our content, please subscribe. And yeah, we really appreciate all the help. Massively. So thank you from us, the Nerdyverse, signing out. We'll see you for more reactions coming this week. Podcast and episode onwards. 2, apparently. And we have no idea what we're calling this title yet. We literally none. I might even just call it Working Title Season 1. I literally don't have a clue. No idea. All right. See you in a bit, guys. See ya. Bye. Bye.